Sans Garage. I can't believe it's been 5 months since the last time I made a video. Um, with the Camaro, I'm pretty much I was at a standstill for a long time, waiting on a chassis shop to open up so I could haul it down to get the chassis installed, I guess. So there wasn't much done on the Camaro, but instead I've been working on my shop. And I'll go around and show you kind of what I've all done in here, and we'll go over a few other things. So this place looks like a disaster right now, but this is a side garage not attached to my house where my Camaro was before. This is a 24 by 30 garage that was just studs. And over the past few months I've been insulating it and wiring it and finishing the inside and painting and trying to get it ready for building a race car. And through all that process, I had to run a new service from the street out here, so it does have its own dedicated 200 amp panel now, and learn how to bend conduit and try to make this place so that I can change it up if I want to and add on or move things if I have to. Still kind of moving in and trying to figure out what needs to stay in here and what needs to go into the other garage. So there's stuff everywhere, but one thing that I built about a month ago was this workbench, and I made it all out of steel tubing and sized it to fit these 42-inch Husky toolboxes. I think it turned out awesome. I'm actually kind of afraid to even use the top because it's too nice, but yeah, Home Depot had Husky toolboxes on sale, so I was like, well, I kind of need drawers, and now I think I have a good way to organize everything, extra tools, and keep wiring in certain areas and plumbing and things like that. Then I bought some more upper cabinets to store some things. I like to keep everything kind of like behind a door. It just feels cleaner, even though there's stuff everywhere, but eventually we'll get there. I got parts washer and other cabinets over here. So it has parts and oil and stuff in it. And right now I've only got this hanging electric heater, and I insulated this place pretty well, so it does a pretty good job. It's not the most efficient on the power bill side, but eventually I'm gonna get a mini split and put it up here, so I'll have air conditioning and heat. The walls were just 2x4 walls, and I wanted a little more insulation than you can put in a 2x4 wall, so I did the standard batt insulation in the walls, and then I actually took, I think it was 3-inch pink foam board, and foam boarded the entire inside of the walls and the ceiling, and then taped all the joints so it's airtight. And then I put OSB plywood over top of that and some really long screws, so there's actually like a thermal break between the 2x4 stud and the inside walls, and it keeps it actually like really nice in here. And then I had to learn how to build like casements to go around all the windows and stuff, which there's definitely not any like show house quality, but it's perfect for in here. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been working on, is getting this place set up and ready for the Camaro to come back. And working on trying to sell a few things to make some room. So this car is for sale if anyone is interested. It's a 2007 335 BMW. It comes stock with about 300 horsepower, and it's got some mods, so it's got a little more than that now, but it's twin turbo, 3-liter, stick shift. I've had it for 14 years, and it's a really nice car. I don't really want to get rid of it, but need to make some room, and my kid doesn't like riding in it really anyways because he can't see, and I only put about 100 miles on it a year, so it's time to let her go, let someone else enjoy it. It does have a few selected tunes that you can choose from on it, so you can run on regular 91, or you can mix E85 and 91 to like an E45-ish, I think it is, and it'll adjust its own timing and pick up add a little more boost. So it's fun. It's just a rear-wheel drive, so not the greatest in the winter, but it's a lot of fun in the summer for sure. But yeah, so here's a little quick overview of the shop. I can go over more things if anyone else is interested, and hopefully it looks much better once I get it all picked up and organized. But we're gonna go in the other garage and talk about the blue car. All right, as you can see, the wife's Jeep is inside and the red car is gone. She's happy, and since it's wintertime, but yep, red car is gone. It's 2 weeks ago, I hauled it to just north of St. Louis to Moore's Race Chassis, and they're gonna install a 25.3/25.2 cage in it and back half. So I'm pretty excited to see how that turns out and go pick it up. Maybe I'll do a little filming once I get down there and show what it looks like, or wait till it gets back here, I suppose. But yeah, so now then my next move is to, I guess, explain this and blue car and see if anyone is interested in it. I really don't know what to do with it. I think it is fixable to the right person that can do some body work. If you had a car that had like a rusty floor in it and it was a donor car, I think if you put two cars together, you could really have a nice car. Because I think that the chassis is actually really good, except for a few bars, which I'll show you on the other side. But the front end is all straight, as far as I know. It needs a K member because I stole that for the red car. And I'm actually going 4-link on my new car, so I will have Midwest chassis 9-inch, fabricated 9-inch that can go back in this car if someone's interested in buying it, or I can sell it outright. It has the Midwest chassis, torque arm, all that stuff. It's got a strange aluminum center section and 350 gear. I kind of want to keep the gear, but if somebody wants to pay the right price, they can have it all, I suppose. I need to come up with that. But that rear end right now is in Moore's shop, but it'll be coming back with the car, the right car. This car does have a 25.5 cage in it. It is a kit from Rock Solid Motorsports. Let me zoom back out. It fits super nice in here, and it was not the easiest thing to install, but I was a rookie as well. But it fits like super tight, and all the factory panels were in this car. I do have the dash and everything for it. It's sitting right here. It does have one little notch over there for the X bar, or this bar right here that comes up, and then I have a dash pad for it that's notched, and it fits all up underneath these pads underneath the windshield, so you can't, it's kind of like a trim piece, so it looks nice when it's in there. I guess we can talk about the damage on the car. It was T-boned. So the rocker is smashed in quite a bit. It's up to the rocker bar, but I think that this could be actually pulled out and it would be fine, because most of this gets plastic ground effects or molding around it. This bar here would need to be replaced. It's bent in and kinked, and obviously if you cut this out, you'd have to just replace the X. But otherwise, to the cage, I don't think there's any other real damage to the actual cage. When the truck hit me, it did hit the A-pillar. This, I think, is where the donor car would come in, where you'd have to cut and put a new roof on it. It needs new quarter panels, probably, unless someone's a good body person. This one actually isn't too bad. This is the only fender that had a dent in it already, that wasn't touched, but has the front end. This side, I already got rid of the fender. I got rid of the doors. That door was obviously smashed. This one, it scraped the wall. Over here, there's a little bit of damage where it actually kissed the wall. I don't know if that can be fixed or not, but it has, would sell it with a motion parachute mount. I'd probably keep my parachute part, so I'd sell the mount part of it. It does have all the plastic stock interior, has an ice tank that's bolted in and built for the car, the vent and everything, with the Davies Craig pump. Let's see what else. Yeah, I guess that's most of the car. Yeah, it actually still has, or I got the headliner back in it, and it was like super nice. Like if you look on the Rock Solid Motorsports website, under the 3rd gen cages, this car is in, or on the website. He asked me for pictures of it after I installed it, and it's actually on the website. So you can see some pretty good pictures of it, how it was all together. Does have a tubular front end that I built myself. Racecraft K-member is what used to be under it. Obviously, it wouldn't come with a motor or transmission. I would sell it with the motor plates, and it's set up for an LS with a Turbo 400. But if you had it has a mid plate actually down there too. But if you had a small block Chevy, or I'm sure you could cram a big block Chevy, and you just have to make your own motor plate. But this is the race fuel tank. I would include that because that's kind of fits everything, and I'm not going to use it for anything. It's kind of neat because for the sump, I actually made it out of a Fluidworks filter that screws in the bottom of it, so there's actually the pre-filters inside the bottom of the tank. And then, yeah, it has radiator supports. There's also a cross member in here for with a Maven mount for a turbo. If someone wanted to run that, that would be included. Let's see what else. I don't know. I will be right back. I'm gonna get the creeper and a light, and we're gonna look underneath this thing, because there's a lot of work under it that is pretty important. All right, one thing I wanted to show is this has the TIC Performance adjustable lower control arm mounts. I think they're originally designed for a 4th gen, but I fabbed them into here. So those are welded in on both sides. It's hard to see, but it does have a Kurt hitch for pulling a trailer if you want to do drag and drive stuff. It's a fuel tank, or a fuel filter mounted under here for the stock tank. It does not have the stock tank in it anymore, but it could easily be, one can easily be put back in without any modifying. It has brake lines running all back here. And I guess that's all for under here. Now we're gonna go over in the middle of the car and look at some of the cage. Boy, I wish this thing was higher off the ground, but here's a look at what the subframe connectors look like. It's a chromoly tube. It's part of the 25/5 chassis rules. Right here you can see this is the door, or the seat bar, and then these are the 6A bar, I think, that goes up to through the floor to the cage. And then this is your torque arm mount for the Midwest chassis deal with an integrated drive shaft loop, and it's the transmission mount. So yeah, it's all tucked up under there, all tubular. Real fun to install on jack stands. And then The floor is actually welded to this bar per the rules. If you do that, you can get away with not having to do a bunch of Xing and going in and out of the floor. So makes it a little lighter, makes it stronger. Yeah, they're boxed up under here to tie into the front frame rails. So it's a good spot to jack on if you gotta jack the car up. Yeah, I don't know what else to really talk about under here. Yeah, you can see that seatbelt bar comes through there, and these are those bars that go down through the floor for the 6A and B bars, and I think the C one was actually the transmission cross member. But yeah, stock dash bolts right back in. I added these tabs on here, so it's kind of in the stock location. Really easy to take the dash in and out if you have to work on anything. I did run the Motion lightweight steering column, so that I'm gonna keep and put in the other car, but one can easily be put back in. But yeah, all in all, there's a lot of work here that's already been done, and I think that if you have the right skill set and time, and if you're a body guy or whatever, I think you could build a really nice car. This car didn't have the greatest paint to start with. It wasn't bad, but if this thing was all painted up with a new set of skins on it, I think it would be a really nice car. So yeah, I mean, hit me up if anybody's interested. We can go over details, leave a comment, leave a message on Facebook or whatever, and we can talk about it, what all I can include. We can talk about a price. Shoot me an offer. I kind of have a number in my head, but not really sure what something like this is worth. I know the cage kit alone is like $3,500, not installed, and it's all in there, except for 2 straight bars that need to be cut out and replaced. But a lot of hours, and it would save somebody a lot of time if they're good with a body. So yeah, let me know. All right, guys, that's about all I have to really update on. I do have a few more ideas when the red Camaro comes back on some of the things I did to it to take like the door bars or the crash bars out of the doors. I did them on 2 Camaros now, and I kind of have a pretty good process on doing it. And if someone's interested, I can explain that. I think that would be helpful to some people. I ended up trimming the door bars out, trimming a few more pieces of sheet metal and drilling some holes, and I weighed all the metal when I was done, and I took 10 pounds out of each door, which doesn't seem like a lot, but if you are into lifting weights or can find a 10-pound weight and you pick it up or pick 2 of them up and try to throw them, it's hard to throw. So even 5 pounds is hard to throw. See how far you can throw it. And 5 pounds here, 5 pounds there, that adds up to robbing horsepower. So goal with a new car is as light as possible within reason, without buying titanium and crazy stuff, but I'm gonna see how light we can get it. Yeah, if anyone's interested in the blue car, hit me up, let me know. I need to get it out of here to make some space, and can't have another broke down 3rd gen. Can't have 2 broke down Camaros. So all right, I'll see you guys later. Bye.